to episode 50 of Not Quite Nerds. We're going to keep this one short because Mallory's got a manicure.
And Lucha's hungry.
It's going to be the regular amount of time for the record.
It is. But I just had to get that in because you dropped it right before we press record. And I wanted to mention that Lucha's got a new background.
I do. I actually came home today from work, and because we've been doing some changes in the house as we do, and moving some things around, readjusting the office because Steph and I share it now, and found a new place for my chair in our bedroom. But then behind me was nothing. And so I came home today, and magically, the little elves that live in my house, aka my wife.
So the question I was going to ask is Steph slowly but surely developing an interior design based around nerddom? Is that what's going on? And she's just using our set to advertise her wonderful skills?
I think she definitely has an eye for it. I mean, and that's why if she's like, I want to do this, I'm like, let's try it and see if it works. And 9 times out of 10, it does. And then when I put out my idea, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but more often than not, it doesn't.
I don't think you're saying I let her. Like, I lived with you for long enough to know that your interior design was basic at best. No different to mine.
This is not where we have our
if we're giving credit to anybody, Alex was the one that sort of had the interior design stuff, and you can see
Alex was definitely, especially because did all 3 of us at one point live in that same bedroom?
I never stayed in that bedroom.
You never lived in that bedroom. Okay.
No. Okay. But I mean, even if you watch McPhoney, he's got a pretty fancy studio going on there.
No, it's true. It does. Yeah. No. So Steph definitely has the eye, for the stuff, and then a lot of the material to put up, like the stained glass behind me, and these 2 photos over here were acquired from Comic-Con. Yeah. So I guess in some ways I have helped facilitate, but the actual location of where things go is
I don't know who created those photos, but I know that Mallory got me one of those photos. It's located just here, just out of scene. Maybe I need to swap it with Superboy. Maybe that's what I need to do.
These are I love these. I don't know who made them either, but they are 2 of my favorite pieces because, like, where else am I going to get Serenity fighting World War II? I mean, friggin' airplanes.
I have one of his photos also, like, on my wall, but it's not one of the history ones. It's just this weird man in a bowler hat holding a sign that says "The future just happened." And I was like, I love it. And so it's on my little.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's on my weird wall.
I mean, I've got the Walker, the Star Wars Walker chasing 2 soldiers through World War II.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. I've seen that one before. I mean, I love my Serenity one because why not? Of course, and then Millennium Falcon also as well. These are great. And then Geek Orthodox is the one that does the stained glass.
Who we've mentioned before because we love them.
Who we have mentioned before.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, tangent number 1 out of the way. If you are in the shower, drink. If you're not in the shower, drink anyway. So Mallory's Marvel Madness. Where did we get to, Mallory?
So, okay, you guys said I didn't watch anything the last time we were together, and you have no proof it didn't happen because I watched so much.
Yeah.
For our purposes for today, I've only, wink, wink, gotten through 105. So I've watched Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings,
yep,
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Venom 2.
Okay.
So out of those 3, it is so clear which one is the best, and that is Venom 2, right?
Venom 2 is fun. It actually is fun. Like, I actually enjoyed it more, I think, this time around I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to, but obviously Shang-Chi is the best one.
Shang-Chi.
It's amazing.
I know we'll get into it more, but Shang-Chi, I honestly think, is top 5 superhero movie in general, not just MCU for me. I freaking love that movie. The great combination of action and comedy. And like Max has said I think we've all said it, but Mac, I know you've talked about it before about where some of these superhero movies have kind of gone wrong, where it's like they focus too much on being the superhero movie, but not so much like, this is a martial arts movie with a mystical element, and he's kind of a superhero. Like combining those kind of various genres together is what's made it great. You said it way better, more eloquently than I just did, but
I mean, let's start there, shall we? Let's start with Shang-Chi. Seeing as that is
yeah,
the order that they go in.
true.
Well, okay, so what I was actually had Matt in the back of my head while I was watching Shang-Chi for that exact reason. And what I think I really enjoyed about Shang-Chi that I wasn't thinking about the first time I watched it, and I don't think I'd seen it again since I watched it for the first time, is I actually think it's two different genres at two different times in the movie. I think it starts out as a buddy comedy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it transforms into a martial arts movie, and it's done so seamlessly. It's just a beautiful movie, except the one thing I will say annoyed me, and I think you guys are going to laugh about it, is Shang-Chi is supposed to be like 26,
Yeah,
and Simu Liu does not look 26. I mean, he was like in his early 30s, but
yeah.
he's just a built man. That is not a 26-year-old child.
I don't know if you know this, Mallory, but 26 is not a child. Just so we
No,
Yeah,
clarify
no,
that.
they're
all right, no,
children.
Yeah.
All right, I would love to hear any of our female listeners tell me that 26 is not a child.
Okay, that's fair. That's
They're
fair. I mean,
yeah,
that is a debate to be had.
Okay, I will also say the other thing that was not believable was, and again, I think you guys are gonna laugh about this, is in the scene where Shang-Chi is in at his sister's fight club and he
hmm
comes out shirtless and Aquafina.
That's in. Is that in Maripur?
Madripoor.
No, it's
Yeah.
Macau.
Madripoor, yes.
No, it's Macau.
Oh, Macau.
It's Macau.
Madripoor is the other place with Agent 13 and stuff, I think.
Madripoor is in Falcon and Winter Soldier. We'll get
Thank you. Sorry, I was getting them
Yeah.
confused. Okay,
there.
yep.
We'll get there. So he comes out shirtless and Aquafina is like jaw on the floor. And I'm like, this has been your best friend since childhood. You have seen him shirtless. Like, I've seen both of you shirtless multiple times.
True.
And not in a weird way. It's just like, what happens? Like, we've gone swimming together.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have just randomly changed shirts. Like, it happens. You're going to tell me you've been friends with this guy since high school and you've never seen him shirtless? Come on. Come on.
I mean,
Okay, that's.
Be real.
I'll give you
okay,
that
okay.
one.
Let's we'll come back and talk about the film in detail. But I want to know right now if those things ruined the film for you, a la Dark Nipples, or you still loved it.
Still loved it. Still absolutely loved it. If those are my negatives of the movie,
Yeah.
come on.
Fair. Okay. The movie itself, I think Luke summed it up as brilliant. I think it's beautiful. I think you're right, actually, Mallory. It's got that. They've got a chemistry. That's what's really cool about it. Is Simu Liu and Aquafina have that chemistry. They're brilliant. I mean, she's got this really irritating, annoying voice, but she reminds me of Sarah Silverman in that way. Because it doesn't matter what she's in, she's still funny. Like,
She's hilarious. She is so good in that movie. She's so good.
And I mean, the fight scene on the bus is out of this world. It's so cool. It's so.
I'm trying to think of a better fight scene in a movie like this. That's better than that. I mean, I saw a clip of the fight between Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Dr. Rock in the subway car, like traveling, and that's a fun one, like because obviously he's throwing Peter through the window of the subway and he's coming out the other side, like that's fun, but this eclipse it. I'm trying to think of a better one.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense why Destin Daniel Cretton, the director of Shang-Chi, has now got the reins of Spider-Man, and it also makes sense when you hear Tom Holland talk about it, and he talks about how everything's physical this time. Instead of going with CGI, they've gone back to practical effects, and he wants everything to be real and on camera. And you're like, oh, I can see how that worked so well in Shang-Chi and how that's going to carry across. The Jackie Chan stunt team are massively involved with both films, I believe.
Again, makes sense.
You can see this cool sort of, and it works. It makes it, because ultimately that's what Shang-Chi is. It's the rip off, let's not cultural appropriation of Asian culture, and it was Marvel's way of tapping into that Bruce Lee love that was taking place. It was their version of Bruce Lee.
What I
Now, Max,
love about the way that they set up this movie, though, is that it's obviously an origin story without it being in your face origin. Like, I love the
yeah,
storytelling of it with the flashbacks, how he's telling her on the plane, then they get interrupted by the flight attendant. Like, I thought it was such a brilliant way to do it that it's not being dragged out. You're getting all the information you need quickly. Also, like, think about how early in the movie that bus fight scene was.
oh, yeah,
That
no,
was
it's true. It's like the first 20 minutes.
first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such a good way to get you right into the meat and potatoes of it. I just loved it, and I wish that Marvel takes more, notes.
We can hope that that's what we're going to get from
No,
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that we've waited so long now for Shang-Chi to kind of reappear.
Yeah.
Obviously that movie came out in 2022?
Yeah.
I think it was, or 23, I forget.
21, I think.
I think he was, oh, maybe you're right, because in 2020 is when he actually got notification for it. That he was
2021,
gonna be
yeah.
in. Or 2021. So it's been 5 years since we've seen Shang-Chi on the big screen. And for those of us who made a piss poor decision, I chose to go to see the Eternals in the theater instead of seeing Shang-Chi because I knew more about the Eternals, and then just realized very quickly I made a major error in judgment in that. But it's such a fun film, and what I'm looking forward to, the possibility of could we see Shang-Chi with the Iron Fist and with Daredevil.
Well, that's
Pretty much these three, the pinnacle of martial arts in the MCU, I feel like, in one scene. How much fun would that be?
that's a question I had for you guys. I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget it. Is there a relationship in the comics between Talo and Kunlun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is that relationship?
I think I'm speaking out of turn totally without doing the research, but my belief is that they originally almost Adidas Puma, one family, two separate branches type scenario where they disagreed on something, they went their separate ways, but the mythology is there with both of them. This big evil dragon.
It's a very similar. It's a very similar mythos.
Hidden areas with dragons.
Yeah. So it's and I do think Shang-Chi sort of tackled the cultural appropriation that Iron Fist is always battered with. The white man savior syndrome that takes place in cinema. So it was that we'll make him Asian, then we're not stealing the culture type scenario. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Going back to what Luke said about Shang-Chi, maybe we'll get some information in 12 days time. The 25th is Comic-Con Hall.
Yeah.
Hall H, the big panel. They're talking. I think that's probably when we're going to get Doomsday trailer.
That's now apparently today. Now I have not seen it, but allegedly the trailer for Doomsday was leaked online. Allegedly, I don't know how or if it's legit or if it's AI. Who freaking knows at this point?
This is the issue, isn't it?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think we in less than 2 weeks we will probably get a Doomsday trailer.
I think I'd read somewhere that there was a whole scene leaked, an X-Men scene leaked pre-CGI. Which is unlike Marvel because we know how tight Marvel has always been.
Yeah, they're very tight with that.
But who knows? Like as you said, this is the problem with AI: is it's so easy for somebody to generate something that you believe is real and then it's not real. So, but 13 days or 12 days until we get our Hall H panel, where hopefully we'll get information on Shang-Chi 2. I can understand why they've held back. Like, because Doomsday's supposed to be this hard reset. Doomsday followed by Secret Wars. Is it Secret Wars? I keep forgetting.
Secret Wars, yeah.
They're supposed to be this reset that's going to take place. So what they don't want to do is announce all of these characters are going to have films between these two films. Yeah. Because then that sort of spoils the ending a little bit.
It spoils the ending of Doomsday. I'm like, okay, well, I know this person's not going to die because they have a movie coming out soon. I mean, unless they could pull a Black Widow, which I guess they could.
That being said, it's been announced or it's been rumored today that there's a Nova movie in the works. So the Nova TV show that they were trying to bring has
like the Nova Corps from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there was going to be one about Nova, the character Nova. Sort of, he would have fit perfectly with Ms. Marvel,
Yeah.
Squirrel Girl. You've got a few others that they sort of become. What do they call it? The champions? They're not the Avengers; they're the champions because the Avengers are too corporate and they want to do things for the right people. So this sort of young throwback to what the Avengers used to be.
Rebellious group
Yeah,
of what the Avengers kind of once were and now are
and
not.
Nova's part of that. But yeah, there was this idea that he was going to be part of this Young Avengers type show. And then the show got scrapped, but apparently they've decided to rewrite it. The guy who wrote Loki and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is currently
that immediately gives me the itchies.
Yeah.
I was just not a fan of. Not a fan.
Just not. Oh, we'll get there.
We'll get there. I don't want to spoil future episodes.
Shang-Chi, we definitely got our eyes open to a wider world. We get to see different parts of it. I thought bringing back
Mandarin,
Abomination,
and our friend, the actor.
Yeah. But Abomination in that fight scene where he fights Abomination in the Fight Club, I think is absolutely fantastic. And
yeah.
But yes, and then we get Trevor. We get Trevor back. And he's fantastic in everything he appears in. Is our Trevor? He's absolutely brilliant, and he's a Liverpool fan. So we'll take
it. Listen, he was already up here. Now he's in
exactly that. And then when Mallory gets to see him at a later point, he then goes even higher than that.
Even higher than that. As if he could not get higher.
But he does. He does. Yeah, he really does. Okay, so Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, I think we're all in agreement, is the best thing that they've released since Endgame.
Yeah. I think it is the best thing they've released since Endgame. So Mallory, what would you give it out of 10?
8.5.
Okay. At least until this point.
Yeah. I will say my other little qualm with it is I feel like the end fight scene was a little long.
Yeah. Trying to get too many characters to do too many things.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's like two different full fights.
Yeah.
Have the Iron Fist, the Ten Ring fight, and then you have the
Dragon
demon fight.
The dragon, yeah.
So it's and they're both full fights. I think that's the only reason why it would lose half a point for me.
Okay.
So next up was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which
can I say?
Yes.
The fucking visceral reaction I get when I see Wyatt Russell on the screen. It makes me so angry. I could be having a great day and then there he is and I just fuck everything. I wanted to start smashing things. He makes me so angry.
So he makes Mallory Hulk out just like purple nipples. Or dark nipples.
But he does it. He's supposed to do it. Dark nipples are not.
Yeah, true.
I mean, which goes to show how good of an actor Wyatt Russell is.
Oh, he's a great actor.
But it just stop. Stop. Just don't ruin Cap.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. And I know that's what the character is there for. I get it. But it just makes me so angry.
He's supposed to. He's supposed to. That's the objective. But I know what you mean. It's frustrating how.
And it didn't help. When I saw Thunderbolts, that first release, I still hate him.
Yeah, he does. I think he softens a bit through Thunderbolts.
He softens a bit, I think. I would agree. I still don't love the character, but he definitely softens a bit.
Yeah.
In Thunderbolts.
He should have said no. Everybody should have said no. Everyone with a soul should have said no to that job.
But listen, that's why it goes back to the doctor and what he said. He goes, no matter what happens tomorrow, don't change the fact that you are a good man. That's who I want. I want a good person. And that's, the serum exemplifies everything that's already within you. And that's why it didn't work for Red Skull, because he was...
But even before he had the serum, the super, I still hated
him.
But
that's what Lucha's saying is when it was given to Cap, it was given to Cap not because he was the strongest or the bravest or any of those, because of his
best.
Yeah, because of his courage and his kindness, and you see it here as he doesn't have that. He's never got that. He's a very good soldier, so they give it to him because he's a good soldier, and it just amplifies that within him. which makes him.
But you don't even need that as evidence. You have Bucky.
Yeah.
I mean, Bucky got Bucky got the Russian version of the serum, or
Yeah.
right, or
No, but I'm
something
talking
along.
about before he got the serum, because he didn't get the serum until like episode 4.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is he's a dick. It just makes him more of a dick.
More of a dick,
Whereas with
yeah,
Cap,
because it takes what's in and
Wait,
with
wait,
Rogers,
exemplifies
I
it.
think hold on. I think we're talking about two very different things.
with Steve Rogers.
No, I'm not talking about the serum.
Oh,
Put
okay.
the serum aside. Take the serum, move it to the side. I'm talking about the mantle. Like, he should never have accepted
Oh yeah.
the role of Captain
Oh.
America. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
but I mean, so if you read the comic books,
nobody should have accepted it.
no, well, if you read the comic books, this is always the conversation. There was the whole "not my Cap" scenario
Yeah.
when Sam Wilson was officially made Captain America. The whole thing is like people wanted Bucky to get it, and then they're like, "But Bucky's not really Captain America either," and it becomes that whole thing where Steve Rogers and Captain America become interchangeable.
Becoming one and the
Yeah.
same. They are the same person, right? So it's not so much like anyone can slap on a suit. Oh man, I mean, I'm making a general statement here, but you could step into an Iron Man suit and be Iron Man for a day. You know, Captain America and Steve Rogers, it becomes synonymous. They are one and the same.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part that they try to do in the comics, and they try to do obviously in the movies, is like that Captain America being more of the symbol of like, it's like not the mascot, but like they are that's an entity, not a person.
I mean,
Right.
It's a person.
It's like a title within the U.S. Army.
It's a title,
Yeah.
yes.
And
Originally it was for
it-
propaganda.
it's not exclusive to Marvel either. I mean, you see it in Batman where Jean Paul
Yeah.
Valley takes over from Bruce Wayne as Batman while he's out injured, sort of thing, and then he goes
You
into
get it with Dick Grayson too.
he
Dick
goes into
Grayson
a different,
takes off
darker
that.
direction,
Yeah.
and Batman, Bruce Wayne has to step back in and take the mantle back off him because they aren't that person. But yeah, go on. Sorry, Mallory, we were going to say that.
I was going to say, like, and it makes, and I think that's what makes me so angry. just because anybody who thinks that they can be Cap can't be Cap.
Yeah.
And I think that's also why, what's his name? John Wyatt Russell's character.
John Walker.
John Walker. Yeah.
It's like, that's also what makes me so angry. Like, how dare you think that you could be Cap?
Yeah.
Like, Steve Rogers didn't want to be Captain America. He became Captain America. And I think it's the same thing with Sam Wilson at the end of the series. He didn't want to be Cap for other reasons, which I think are very valid reasons.
Mhm.
But it was a role that was kind of like he fell into because that's what people needed. And that's who Cap is, not some corporate U.S. Army role. And so fuck John Walker. How dare you?
Outside of John
takes from
Walker
now.
and your hatred
John
for
Walker.
him, what did you think of the show?
So I still really liked it. I mean, it just, the visceral reactions just like do downgrade it for me. That one scene where he kills the man with the shield, just
Oh,
they make
yeah.
me so angry. I'm watching it, but I know everybody loves the relationship between Sam and Bucky. They are two friends who don't want to be friends, but they are friends.
No, they're only friends because of Steve.
No,
That's it. They're only
that's what they think. They think they're only in each other's lives because of Steve. But you see throughout the course of the show, they really are friends. I love the throwback. It's one of my favorite parts of the show where they're in Mattrapore, whatever it's called, Mangrapore, whatever. And they're getting into the car, and Sam's in the back seat, and Bucky's in the front seat. And Sam goes, "You're not going to move your seat up, are you?" And Bucky says no. And that's literally a callback to Civil War when Sam was in the front seat and Bucky was in the back and asked Stan push.
And that little Volkswagen Beetle, wherever the hell they were driving, and that little piece of junk,
And like that's the stuff I love about Marvel, where you get those little one-off lines, the little things that you see that you don't need to have watched something else to get it, but it makes it elevates it. And
it elevates it, right? It's a little sprinkle on top of that sundae.
Yeah. And I feel like Marvel is missing a lot of that in the newer stuff.
I think because, like we've talked about, in a lot of ways, I think they're still doing it, but I think there's almost too much content for people to consume to maybe get those references.
I mean, there's only the hardcore fans that are doing it, right? There's only
it's true.
hardcore fans that are watching absolutely every minute of it.
But like, I think that's a perfect callback because like if you're that callback that you just described was a scene, granted, maybe not a throwaway scene, but like a little tidbit scene in a movie. So I feel like that's a great callback. But when they try to call back from in a movie, calling back a show,
Yeah, it's
that's
not gonna
where I
work.
think they might.
Yeah.
That's where I think they might miss. Well, because one of my favorite lines is when they're about to get onto like a helicopter or something, and they're talking to each other, and he's like, "Yeah, it's part of the big three, you know, something, something in wizards." And he's like, We're fighting Gandalf." He's like, "What do you know about Gandalf?" He's like, "I read The Hobbit in 19 something when it first came out." So,
It's yeah, because Steve makes reference to it. He has his list in the Captain
yeah,
America film, and
things,
then
yeah,
like in
things to catch up on.
one of the later ones, he makes reference to something that he's watched on the list. Or is it not the Spider-Man Star Wars thing?
It might have been Star. Yeah, it might have been Star
Where
Wars.
he's
Yeah.
like,
He's like,
I've seen this really old film.
I know that reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Bucky and Steve were old enough to have read The Hobbit when it was first released.
This is it.
Exactly.
This is it. They were old enough to have served with Tolkien.
Yeah.
Yeah. As was fun fact. You guys brought it up, kind of. You know,
Look, we're nothing if it's not for your tangents.
Christopher Lee,
Yep.
who played Saruman
Yep.
in Lord of the Rings, actually served with Tolkien
There you go.
in World War II.
Look at that.
And
And
Fun
Bucky.
I don't know that they served together, but Roald Dahl also served in World War II. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
For which side?
Anyway,
In the long run, it appears that they were all the same side, Mallory.
I mean,
If we skip forward 80 years, it appears it might have all been the same side.
Anyway,
there you go.
So, Falcon and the Winter
so
Soldier.
Bucky is perfect in this movie, and I love Bucky, and he's perfect and amazing, and he's perfect.
Okay,
He's a perfect little baby boy.
so Bucky or Loki?
Ooh, that's like the question.
The thing is, I asked Matt's kids this question. I said to them, we were at breakfast one day in Disney, and I said to them, I was like, who should I marry, Bucky or Loki? And your kids all said Loki.
Yeah. Because they wouldn't have
But-
known.
Well, yeah, because they're Max's kids. They're very mischievous.
Yeah, but
of course, they're going to go with
They also
king,
probably
I think
don't
if I
have.
had to pick, it's going to be Bucky.
Okay, I was going to say they don't have enough reference, I think, for Bucky. Like they've not watched
That's also
Falcon and the
maybe
Winter
fair.
Soldier. They've, as of yet, have not watched the new Captain America. They've not watched, so they wouldn't have that reference. Whereas we know him a little bit more.
Yeah. See, yeah, I feel like
you made the right choice.
never trust.
I mean, I finally got him to sit down and watch Lego Batman tonight. Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
with Will Arnett, fantastic.
we're an hour into it before they went to bed tonight, and I was just like, I can't believe that you're. And it was literally, I put it on. I was like, I gave them some really bad choices, and they settled for Lego Batman, so they thought they'd won, and I'm sitting there giggling to myself, like, talk about references and throwbacks. No, that's a film full of them.
That's a fun one.
But yes, okay. So score for Falcon and the Winter Soldier
7.
7. Okay.
Wait, what did I give Loki season 1?
You gave Loki season 1. Wait,
Wow,
no.
that feels like it was ages ago. Couldn't have been that far.
It does feel like it was ages ago.
Couldn't have been that far. Well, there you go. Loki season 2.
Yeah, I got season 2.
They're back to back.
Oh, Loki season 1, allowing for timey-wimey. That's what it is. It looks too big. You give Loki season 1 a 4.
Oh
Yeah, you gave it a 4. You gave season 2 a 6.
Yeah, we're gonna keep Falcon Winter Soldier as a 7.
Okay.
Because I gave it. I mean, for me, out of that iteration of Disney Plus shows, I think actually even without that iteration of Disney Plus shows, it's still my favorite one.
Rewatch it. It was my favorite, and now that I rewatched everything, it goes WandaVision, Falcon, Loki.
So,
all right, I'll give WandaVision another try because I feel like I really was into it, and then
my standpoint on it is, I didn't think it was that great.
Really,
I think I'd put it at a 5, maybe a 5.5. And I thought it was slow. I thought it was muddled. I disliked I disliked Walker. I don't know. I felt like they were trying to do. I almost felt like it would have worked better as a movie instead of giving us that much time to it. It would have been much faster and quick paced. It felt like there was too much.
That I think could have benefited from 6 episodes versus 8.
It was
It
6
was
episodes.
6. Yeah.
Oh, it was 6.
Yeah.
Maybe it could. Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. Is I think at that point I'm thinking you probably could have cut that down to a movie. Yes, we probably would have lost some of the banter, but I think it would have just been a bit smoother and moved at more of a clip. I just felt like it was a slog. Now that might have been because I've only watched it once. It might have been because it was that week by week episodic.
Yeah, like I've watched it twice. I watched it episodically, like you're talking about, and then maybe a year or so ago, I think I binged it over the course of like a day.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to myself that like it still held up to me. And maybe it's just because I like Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson character, and of course I like Bucky, and their banter between the two of them I think is fun. For me it still held up. For me, I think it's still my favorite of that iteration of shows.
I wanted more of Isaiah Bradley. You could have given us more of that. I felt like
that is something I agree with you on. Isaiah Bradley.
And then they went, well, we're not going to talk about that again. I was just like,
but they do.
And then
but they do.
Well,
they do. Yes, I know, but still, in a kind of like, I don't know, in a kind of like, I would have loved to have seen some flashbacks, some flashbacks.
Give us an episode thrown in there of Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah, give us like.
We talked about missed opportunities ages ago.
That is one.
A show about Isaiah Bradley would be that'd be great.
Howling Commandos,
fantastic
movie. Howling Commandos and Isaiah Bradley, World War II show, Indiana Jones style, trying to capture
Isaiah Bradley, because that was
before
what
the Nazis get to them.
No, wasn't Isaiah Bradley Vietnam?
That was Vietnam.
Was he Vietnam?
That was Vietnam.
He was Vietnam.
He was Vietnam. Yeah, because
he's older. He's the second iteration.
Yeah. He was the second iteration of the series.
When are we getting? Then the question becomes: when are we getting the Iraq War version of that?
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's gonna come.
Let's focus on like the current misconnections, creating not misconnections, missed opportunities. I'm thinking about Bucky and missed connections.
So, yes, I wasn't sold on it. Maybe I'll go back and watch it again now.
I say try to
go back and give it a go
as a bit.
And tell me what you think.
And I mean, I know you've not got there yet, but Hawkeye, WandaVision.
Well, okay, but you do remember Hawkeye came after.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
You didn't get there yet. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I'm saying in that first block of shows that we got on Disney Plus, it's my favorite. But I agree with you that Hawkeye supersedes it.
I mean, I'm going Cloak and Dagger season 2.
Okay, but The Runaways.
Still not got there. Still haven't finished it.
No. Bring back The Runaways.
And maybe they will. Right. Yeah, as we said before, maybe they will get their moment.
It ended on a cliffhanger. Bring back for season 4.
No, minimum. Maybe just bring them back in Doomsday. There's a throwback. I mean, if there's a film where you can do throwbacks, Doomsday is it.
Yeah.
And if there's a team that you can trust to do throwbacks, it's the Russos.
If they bring in Cloak and Dagger, but not the Runaways, I'm going to lose my marbles.
Be quite funny.
Prepare to lose your marbles, Mal.
Be quite funny to see. Okay, next up on the list then was Venom.
Venom 2. I mean, listen, it's never as good as Venom 1. Venom 1, I think, is such a good movie. But I did like it better going into it. No, I'm sorry. I liked it better after I finished it than I thought I was going back into it. But I have a question about where things can go. So, if we remember, Woody Harrelson becomes Carnage because he bit what's his face? Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. And so he ingested some of Venom.
Yeah.
And then he became a red one, which according to Venom is terrifying. So and then we're going to fast forward a little bit, just because we've already spoken about it. At the end of No Way Home, when Tom Hardy goes back to his universe, he leaves a little piece of Venom behind.
Yeah.
Does that mean that piece of Venom can also turn into a red Venom?
I would say theoretically, yes.
I would disagree. I would say that it's not the taken by a physical act. It's a bit that's
Is that
Yeah, but it's taken by it's taken by like a mystical
yeah.
act. So maybe that could be.
I suppose the other side to that is that what you get is the venom, much like the super serum, amplifies the person it's in. So if you read the Venom comics, you get good
Yeah.
venoms and you get bad venoms and you get hitmen venoms and you get all sorts of like if Deadpool got venom, then you'd get a psychotic venom. Do you know? Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about
the
here?
world would end?
Yeah. Whereas Captain America got venom, you'd get a very sensible, controlled venom. So it's about trying to find that.
The balance.
But Carnage in the is Carnage not in the original a separate alien entirely in the comics?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I'm sure Carnage and Shriek and
I didn't read a ton of
different.
Venom and Carnage.
Yeah, they're all different symbiotes.
Yeah, they're all different, like different entities, like the same, like of a similar species, right? I mean, it's all like they're all kind of this, yeah,
I mean,
different
I know what you're saying
strain.
though.
I
It
guess.
was it was a fun movie. I think I was really disappointed because I thought we were going to get more from Woody Harrelson. I wanted
yeah, I
more
think
from Woody
he was
Harrelson.
the biggest disappointment.
Yeah. I wanted I wanted them to let him go. Do you know what I mean? Like let Woody Harrelson do his thing.
Just be him,
Yeah.
yeah. Just go crazy, yeah.
And I don't think we kind of got that. But I also feel like it was rushed. They were like, "Oh my god, Venom's been a success. We've had so many bad Sony movies, Sony superhero movies.
Mhm.
Venom's been a success. How quickly can we get a second one out?" Yeah, it seemed to be the path of it.
But it's still better than Morbius.
Well, there's no doubt in that. Who was it the other day? Somebody was talking about somebody else. Keanu Reeves was on a plane watching.
Matt Smith, you sent it to me.
Yes, that's what it
Yeah.
was. Keanu Reeves was on a plane watching. What was the one Matt Smith was in? Was it Morbius?
Morbius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Matt Smith's response was everything else broken? Was there nothing else left to watch? Like, had he watched absolutely everything else on the plane? And you know it's bad when the actor in it is saying that.
Yeah.
In fact, I found that on TikTok, and then I had to go to Instagram to find that person to share that video with you because I was aware that you don't do TikTok.
You don't do it.
Yeah, I knew
Yeah, because I'm in my 30s and I don't do TikTok.
That's zero excuse. There's so many cool things on TikTok for 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like we basically, and 40-year-olds, laugh at all the kids these days. We do lots of that.
No, not for me.
Dumb shit.
So Venom 2, I loved Venom again in this one. I loved the relationship between him and what is his name? Whoever Tom Hardy plays. I know, I love it.
Eddie.
Eddie, thank you.
Yeah.
I liked when Venom took over the shop lady. I like when Venom took over Michelle Williams. I like how much Venom
forgot about that part.
hates Michelle Williams' fiance. Like there's still a lot of good nuggets in the movie, but you're right. I think the biggest disappointment is Woody Harrelson. Like they needed to do more with him.
I remember watching it and just being like, I wish they just could. I feel like he's on screen, but I feel like I wanted more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted more. But I say that almost about anything that he's in. I think he's just a great actor.
I mean, if you were going to do a reality TV show and you see all these Hollywood stars going off and do it, give me anything with Woody Harrelson.
Oh,
Woody
anything.
Harrelson going around diners tasting food. Woody Harrelson going around garages getting his oil changed. Woody Harrelson.
You know how Stanley Tucci has that show where he just goes around Italy eating things?
Yeah.
He was just in
I
Edinburgh.
need
Was he really? Oh.
I need the Woody Harrelson like counter to that, where because Stanley Tucci is all put together and
yes, he's very proper and learning the proper techniques.
Woody Harrelson following Stanley Tucci, doing the same exact episodes, just chaotically.
I want to see,
but also he's vegan, which would add an even other element to that.
I want to see Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey in a camper van, just figuring shit out on the road.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That actually
may or may not be brothers. Fun fact.
They're very good friends. I know that much.
No, but I guess their moms. No, I guess Matthew McConaughey's mom realized that she hooked up with Woody Harrelson's dad around the time that Matthew McConaughey was conceived, who was a hitman, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh.
There we go.
The more you know.
I mean,
The
I
more
know
you
those two have a
The more you know.
I know those two have a very close relationship, but yeah, stick those two in a camper van and I will watch it. I don't care what they're reviewing, what they're looking at. I don't care what they're doing.
Oh no, 100%. But I also do think that would be very interesting. Just again, just because of their dietary preferences. Like Matthew McConaughey clearly will eat anything, and I remember reading an article about how during the first Zombieland movie, I think the production spent like $15,000 making a vegan Twinkie.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Make a Twinkie that looked like a Twinkie enough, but it had to be vegan so he could eat it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, there's a great one. Of course, I think I've mentioned the Zombieland trilogy, haven't I? There's Zombieland, Shaun of the Dead, and Juan of the Dead. They're all the same stories. They're all taking place in different places. So Juan of the Dead is in Cuba while the zombie apocalypse happens. Zombieland in America and Shaun of the Dead in the UK.
Fantastic.
I think those three should be sold as a box set together.
I would buy it. I would buy that box.
And I want to see the Australian version of it.
Oh, definitely.
I reviewed a film a few years
ago.
Can
you imagine zombie kangaroos? Can we just think about that for a second?
Zombie kangaroo. There's a movie. That's
right a movie.
There. Okay, not quite Nerds Productions. We have a movie idea for you. If you're willing to commission it, it's Zombie Kangaroos.
Yeah. We've had Sharknado.
Now we've got Zombie Kangaroos.
Okay. Sharknado's a great movie.
I mean, a kangaroo will fuck up a car and bounce away.
Oh, yeah.
Like you hit a kangaroo with a kite, it's not damaging the kangaroo. So, I mean, you're talking shotguns and chainsaws and all sorts of fun in this bad boy.
Yeah, and they'll fight back. They'll punch you. I mean, like
There's a movie called Slaughterhouse.
Okay.
And it is
oh my God.
a horror movie.
Is it a horror movie with sloths? Oh my God. Okay. See, that's the kind of horror movie I'd watch. I would be down for that. Like, I'd be okay with Slaughterhouse. I feel like that would be something that's my speed. Get it? So, what are we giving Venom out of 10?
5.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. One of those movies that, like, you want something good on in the background, put it on.
Yeah, just you need some noise and the occasional scene where you stop what you're doing and actually watch it. You know what that movie is great for? Folding laundry.
Yes.
That's a folding laundry movie.
I would argue the same Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No, rewatch it.
No, rewatch it. Rewatch it.
All right. Okay.
So that's Mallory's Marvel Madness this week.
And next week we're going to talk about the Eternals. And Luke and I have made the pledge that we will watch the Eternals. Although I've just seen the runtime. 2 hours.
I'm going to try to rewatch.
You have to find 2 hours and 36 minutes to rewatch the Eternals this week.
You know what I'll do?
Even if you're folding laundry.
I'll see if it's downloadable on Disney Plus. It probably is. And what I can probably do is watch it on my commute to work.
It is on Disney Plus, so you can download.
Great. So yeah, I will on one of my commutes. I can get almost 90 minutes of.
Oh, so there's your commute down, your commute back sorted.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I'm curious if you guys are gonna have the same opinions as me, considering we all are now gonna have watched it for the second time.
Yeah.
Yes, because this will be the second time. Yeah, I only watched it the once.
I mean,
and then
I've got it upstairs on Blu-ray, and I know it's upstairs on Blu-ray because I've not even unsealed it, because when Gemma gave it to me the Christmas it came out, I was like, Spider-Man came out this year too. also Shang-Chi came out this year. This is what you've gone with.
You have chosen.
Do you not love me anymore? Is that what it is? What I do remember is I really, really liked Kumail Nanjiani in it. I thought he was very good.
He was like the one bright spot I feel like in it. Yeah, he was quite good. He was quite good.
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself, and we'll talk about it next week.
Funny enough, IMDb. I've just gone there. IMDb rates it actually higher than Venom.
That's super surprising.
Rotten Tomatoes doesn't. IMDb does.
Well, fair.
I don't think I do.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Okay. So I had other news. I was going to talk about Nova. And its potential. But the other news that's broken today is that 12 states have filed anti-competition clauses against the Paramount merger.
Which I'm not surprised about. I mean, it's.
I think this
I mean,
the surprise was, why is it taking so long? And then apparently it's because they've all been working together to put this in at the same time.
yeah, that's the reason why, because from what I read, and I read something similar, I think on Reuters, is that it's they feel like it's more powerful if they, instead of 12 individual states all sending their own
Yeah.
thing, that's all signed by all 12 and submitted all at once. It is. I think that it should be stopped.
I think they said Mark Ruffalo said it, didn't he? He said that his actors are now actively afraid about talking out about it in case it does go through,
Yeah,
because they're two of the big five studios, and should
yeah.
they
There's
merge?
only five studios really we're
Yeah,
talking about here, and now there would be four.
yeah. And they're saying that they would be such a big producer that they could actually blacklist people. I think what's really interesting is if you go back 100 years, we had a Hollywood system where there was the studio era, where you
Yeah,
signed a 15 picture
yeah.
contract with
And
the
they owned
studio.
you pretty much your entire
Yeah,
career.
and they made you do that, and that was what you did. 15 films, and you didn't get it until you did that, no matter how big a star you were, and that was your set salary and all that. And I think,
Happened to John Wayne.
yeah, and I think what we're seeing now is actually 100 years later, we are going back into that studio era. We're reaching back into
Right.
it. Now, our actors still have a little bit more power, but the more condensed those studios get, the less power those actors will get. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here, because you do still have production companies like A24. You still have what's the Damon and Affleck's.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There's
there's where there are still a few not quite independent
yeah,
studios, but
they still need
like I guess
distribution. That's where the
right.
issue comes. But then that's where
That's the
they probably, 100 years ago, they didn't have Netflix and Amazon Prime to go to and say, "Will you put
right.
this on there?"
Yeah.
You know,
Or
or
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah,
That's the other. That's the other thing now is you can do that, whether through a paywall through YouTube or just putting it out there
yeah,
for free. Like what they did a number of years ago with that fan made Uncharted movie with Nathan Fillion. I mean, that was like a 10-12 minute short film
yeah.
that they just put out there. Um, that is huge news. I also have other news too. Not that I want to eclipse this, but Max, did you see the news about Sony? Mal,
Oh, the games. So this, I did mean to talk about this. When I said I had no news, yes, absolutely. There's been significant pushback to start off with.
huge, and it's coming from the nations as well, not just like people being upset. So for those that haven't heard, Sony announced a number of days ago that as of 2028, they are no longer going to be producing PlayStation games on a disc. It's going to be
No more
digital
physical
only.
media.
No more physical media, completely gone. And that's put people in a bit of a tizzy because people are starting to now look at the purchases that they've made on their PlayStation Network or Xbox or whatever. And what they're realizing is that in the fine print that nobody reads,
Mm-hmm.
is that when you buy that game through the PlayStation Network for $80 or whatever the hell the number is, um, you are buying a license agreement to that game. You do not own the game. Own a license to that game. And Mallory is our resident lawyer, who's not our lawyer, knows that if you don't read the contract, you don't know everything that's in there. And if you look really far down at the bottom, you'll see that we have the right as Sony to revoke your license at any time without notice and no refund. So all these people who have spent hundreds of dollars, or in some cases probably thousands of dollars, on these digital games, um, if Sony wants to, they can just take it all away from you.
Currently, Sony are being sued in the EU and the UK.
France specifically, I
Yeah,
believe, they're
and
yeah,
they've lost. So they're currently in a
yeah,
point where they're negotiating fees. But the idea behind that is that they've been putting overinflated prices on their own shop. So I think by going no physical media, they're going to kill industry. Think about
yeah,
all your game shops and all of those sorts of things. All of those will be gone. Producers, all the people that produce those games are going to be out of jobs. And Sony are
yeah.
effectively just saying, well, we can sell it to you directly, or the developer can sell it to you directly, but that's it. They'll be your only options. A perfect
And I think
example,
that's sense.
sorry, is I
Yeah,
today have ordered Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync for £40 on a physical disc. If I was to go to the PSN store, I've just done it now, it's £49.99. So they're charging me £10 more to never physically own that game.
Whereas I found this out when I went and pre-ordered Grand Theft Auto 6. And after I went through the whole process,
Digital
because I
only.
wasn't paying attention, I wasn't reading, I said, I'm going to pick this up at Best Buy. And then I look at the actual receipt that I got, and it's like, oh, there's just going to be a code. I'm going to get a
Yeah,
box that's just a piece of plastic with a digital code inside, and that's how I'm going to have to download the
yeah,
game. So now, if I want to get it on physical copy, I'm going to have to buy it
yeah.
again
Oh no, there isn't going to be physical media.
for Grand Theft Auto
Nope,
6 at
they're
all.
not going to do it either.
That's
Which is,
awesome.
I think, is where it's changing the way things are going. If anything, I was looking this afternoon. We talked about it a few episodes ago. I
Yeah.
was pricing up external hard drives and disk drives, so I can start backing up all of my physical media.
Hmm.
I need to get the reason I was pricing up is because I need a Blu-ray drive because I've
Oh,
got a
yeah.
DVD drive that I can rip all of my DVDs and put them into a digital format. And I've got my old laptop. I was like, what am I going to put it on? I was like, oh my God, I've got a laptop here that's perfectly fine that I used to use for work and I barely use now. So let's do it. But yeah, I think it's shocking that we're reaching this point. I think Sony, I probably think that this is going to die down. I think in the next 18 months, what you'll see is pushback. And if Microsoft is smart, then Microsoft go,
That's the key because that's what's going to happen. Because I feel like, because I've always been a PlayStation
yep,
guy. The only time I ever had an Xbox was when I was borrowing your old Xbox 360 when I first moved to Liverpool, just so I could have a DVD player in my little room. Um, and that's how I first played Fable for the first time, which I'm super excited about that. That's coming back. But, if Microsoft goes out there and says, you know what, we're keeping our
well,
discs,
I'd seen
that
some.
might get me to switch over to Xbox.
Well, this is it. I only switched to PlayStation. You know this. I switched to PlayStation because of MLB The Show. I was
Yes,
Xbox
that's right.
prior to
It was
that,
an exclusive. Yeah.
and then MLB
Yeah.
The Show, and because PlayStation games were multi-region, it meant I could pick it up in the States and I could play it in the UK. That
Yeah.
was why I switched to PlayStation from Xbox. And yeah, you're right. I think longer term, well, I don't know. I'm at an age where I don't need the next generation of console. I'll play my PlayStation 5 until it dies. But
No, I mean, it's probably so will I at this point.
uh,
It's just, I just feel, you know what, who I feel bad for is I feel bad for, because there are a lot of, you know, there are a lot of, we want to get kids outside, not just playing video games, obviously, but like there are probably a lot of kids out there who, whether it's MLB The Show, or whether it's the new Madden, or whether it's one of those things where they may not have the $80. Their parents may not have the $80 to go out and buy that new
yeah,
game.
well,
They may wait.
that's
They may wait to get it secondhand at a GameStop, or they may wait to borrow it from one of their buddies, and now they won't be able to do that,
and
and that
that
sucks.
that's something that stood out in my mind as well because I think ultimately what it comes down to is this has been on the cards for a long time because these game developers and that Sony and Xbox don't like the second-hand games market. Since we worked at
Yeah.
Blockbuster, they've been trying to find a way to get rid of the second-hand games market
And
because
they've found
yeah,
it.
because why are we allowing somebody to sell on a game for £20 or £10 when we can sell them the full version for £50? And you're like, because that person will never play that game unless they
Yeah.
can buy it at that price, unless they
Right.
can borrow it from a friend. And I do think I did read somewhere or see somewhere a video where I don't know how serious it was, but Microsoft were effectively saying the exact opposite. Where once you've inserted a disc, it be yours forever. There's nothing you can do to. There's nothing they can do to take that away. And I was like, yeah, the problem you're going to have with that is you're still going to have to attach licenses to it because otherwise, I'll buy it and give it to you, give it to Mallory. We sell
Right.
one copy of Grand Theft Auto and 12 people are playing it. But it's frustrating. It is a frustrating world that we live in where they think that it's switching to digital media. And then it becomes a question of, well, how long before film studios think the same way?
No, you're exactly
So,
right.
so if you like your physical media, our message here is if you like your physical media, please go out and buy physical media because if you don't, it is going to disappear off the face of the earth. Or
It's
maybe
convenient, and you're paying for that convenience, but at the same time, too, like
we
you don't.
we can be this generation's version of vinyl. We can save it.
Yeah, we can
We can
save it
save it.
if we
Okay,
try.
vinyl is selling more now than it's ever sold before because it's found its audience again. It's found its place. So let's do the
Yeah,
exact same thing for physical media.
I read I read something very similar where the amount of purchases at Best Buy and Walmart and various other realtors not realtors retailers has increased of purchases of Blu-ray players and DVD players has increased over the course of the last 6 months by like 40-50%
Yeah.
than the previous year because people are wanting to they're waking up.
I mean,
I think we're all waking up.
it's frustrating for me that I want to watch a film or I want to see a film and like I can't. You have to Google which service it's on, and then it's not on any
Yeah,
service, or it's not available to watch.
that's what happened to me with wanting to watch Little
Yeah,
Giants. I wanted to watch Little Giants. It wasn't streaming anywhere. I said, "Screw it! I'm buying it up from
it's
Amazon."
funny though because there's Red Dwarf, the British sci-fi show, which have you ever seen that, Mallory?
No.
Oh, you'd like Red Dwarf. I think it's very.
You would like
Imagine really sarcastic British humor crossed with sci-fi. And that's what you're going to get with it. But there's a brilliant one in that where they travel forward in the future, or they are in the future, but they travel further forward, and VHSs are back. And they said because people spent millions and millions of pounds on DVD, and then they kept losing them, so they brought VHSs back because they were big and clunky and much more difficult to lose. I was like, actually, we going that way. We are going that way. Remember when we had the tiny flip phones? We went that way, and now we've got the bigger phones again. Things are getting bigger, and so maybe we are going that way. Yes, that was big news last week when it came out, and I did see that there was a lot of pushback for it.
and we should continue keeping it in the news cycle.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well as with other important things that happen in news, not just about nerddom and video games, but.
No, I think we should keep things like that because they can't allow them to sneak it under the radar.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just wanted to say a big shout out. Have you guys got anything else you wanted to add to this week's episode? No? Mallory's all good. I wanted to say a big shout out to Suzuki Collectibles in Porthcawl in South Wales because Jack is fully engrossed in the wonderful world of Pokemon. Everywhere I look in this house, there's Pokemon cards at the moment. They're very, very hard to track down because it's 30 years in September since Pokemon came out. It was 10 years this week, Pokemon Go. I finally got my Mewtwo, Mallory. Finally got my Mewtwo this week.
I got my third one.
Did you? Well, Gemma was walking up and down the park last night at like 9 o'clock trying to collect her final ones so she could get her Mewtwo. She was buzzing at 9:30 last night when she got her Mewtwo. Suzuki Collectibles, I did a little Google and I was like, who sells Pokemon? What do they do? So they were in Porthcawl on the high street at the back of a vape shop, and we went in and Jack was massively excited. They had all their cards on display, they're very expensive ones and all those sorts of jazz. And so we bought 4 packets at an extortionate price, but that is what they go for these days. But also they had tins. They had the tins without the cards in them. They were just selling the tins for £5 each. And it specifically said no cards included with this. So Jack wanted a Pokemon one. The young lady there dug through until she found it was the last but one she looked at. There must have been about 50 boxes, 50 tins. It was right at the back, the last but one, and she found it. And then when we got out of the shop and got to Costa, where Jack wanted to excitedly open his cards, he opened his tin and found that she'd put a stack of cards in there for him as well.
Oh, that's very
nice. Big shout out to Suzuki Collectibles in Porthcawl for absolutely making Jack's day that day.
Well done, well done.
Yeah. So it's things, those moments that make a nerd for life, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, that was episode 50 of Not Quite Nerds. Next week's 51. We're gonna have to do some proper work for our anniversary.
Well, we might have to.
It's 53 anniversary though.
No, it's 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah, but 52 weeks in a year. 53 would be the first.
53 would be the first of the next year of stuff. Yeah.
Season 2. We'll call it season 2.
Season 2. Yeah, season 2.
There you go. Thank you very much for listening to Not Quite Nerds. Please like, subscribe, do all that jazz, and tell everybody about us and how amazing we are. We are just shy of 1,000 downloads, which is not a massive amount for 50 episodes, but if we could get over 1,000 episodes by the time we reach a year, 1,000 downloads, I'd much appreciate that. That doesn't include views on YouTube or any of our social stuff, which we've got way more than that, but it'd be cool to have 1,000 downloads of the podcast. So please
Help us out, people, please. Especially, just wait until maybe you get out of the shower to tell people about it,
Tell
or
people in the
or
shower.
tell people in the
I mean,
shower.
if you
Bring
want to
more
record a
people.
video promoting it in the shower, please do, because I'm pretty sure that will get us a couple of million followers. So that'd be great. Not quite OnlyFans. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. I like it. I like it.